Chapter 23, Finalized Pennsylvania Child Custody Order, Summer 2012. It took half a year before I heard anything from Tin Man's Pennsylvania attorney. I wasn't going to initiate returning to court, but obviously we needed an updated child custody order to include Thorbjorn. I had Bjorn evaluated at the CCIU and by a psychologist, and they wrote up a 30-page report about his special needs, his delays, and the program set in helping him. This was important in case Tin Man's attorney tried to refute the fact that Thorbjorn has had food challenges and characteristics considered special needs. I also have a journal written by Bjorn's preschool teacher expressing how much Bjorn has improved simultaneously with the visitation weekends stopping. Bjorn came back from those visits in Virginia unsettled, even showing signs of aggression. It had been too much for all of us. Due to all the legal drama thus far, I had racked up quite the financial balance with both my attorneys. My Virginia attorney, Mr. Robin, had no problem putting me on a payment plan knowing my use of his services had come to an end. My Pennsylvania attorney, Mr. Don, however, was feeling uncomfortable moving forward without clearing the balance. As a result, I ended up hiring a new attorney, Miss Sarah, recommended by a high school classmate of mine. Miss Sarah's main goal was to finalize Tin Man and my divorce. The money I ended up receiving from Tin Man's retirement plan, which I was grateful for, literally was handed back to Miss Sarah for payment, which was such a bummer since most of the money I brought in went straight to legal bills. Oh well, I knew that I would be willing to pay legal bills for the rest of my life if I had to, in order to keep my children safe. No question about that. On April 12, 2012, I was notified via a text message from Miss Sarah, along with a follow-up email of the legal document, that our divorce was finalized. In filling out the paperwork for the divorce, I changed my name from Destiny Ringgold Baines to Destiny Jennifer Ringgold, reclaiming my maiden name and vowing, moving forward, that I would not make any more name changes, regardless if I married in the future or not. My dad was not crazy about my new attorney, Miss Sarah, who appeared young and inexperienced and didn't think she would be appropriate for the future custody hearing. He did some research and came up with Miss Sherrill, a highly experienced attorney who had also served as a master in family court, as well as a staff attorney for Chester County Domestic Relations. She had returned to practicing law because of her passion for serving her clients. I have to tell you, meeting Miss Sherrill was like being handed a magical sword. I had adored my Virginia attorney, Mr. Robin, and had a great appreciation for my Pennsylvania attorney, Mr. Don. But Miss Sherrill was the epitome of strength. She walked in wearing a purple suit that seemed more of a cape and radiated confidence.
Destiny, we'll get the finalized child custody order for both children, and then we'll go after Tin Man for child support. The abysmal child support he has been paying will not be accepted since he has graduated law school. Hopefully he passes the bar because he will be held accountable for being a father. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Oh, I liked her. She had an air of command, as if every intention came true. I wanted to follow her. Heck, I wanted to be her. The courtroom had been my battlefield, but to her it seemed more like her playground. The first court hearing was Friday, July 18th, 2012, at the Chester County Justice Center, 201 West Market Street in Westchester, just blocks from Taylor's Music Store where I taught at. We were on my turf. I couldn't be more grateful. I followed Cheryl into the courtroom and noticed Scarecrow sitting on the right side. She was reading a book, held up close to her face, holding it in a way I would see the engagement ring on her finger. I rolled my eyes. Oh, girlfriend, I thought to myself, you can have him. I certainly don't want him back.
The Honorable Miss Thompson.
Cheryl placed her hand on my sleeve. I looked at her, my eyes questioning. She leaned over and whispered to me.
Judge Cody was supposed to have presided today, but don't worry, Judge Thompson is good too.
I shrugged. I had long ago surrendered to God's protection. If there was a different judge for today's hearing, then likely it was meant to be.
Good morning, everyone. Judge Cody was in a fender bender this morning on her way in.
No one was hurt, but she has been delayed, so I've been asked to step in. I hope this is amicable to both parties.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bill answered.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cheryl responded.
So we are here today to finalize a child custody order concerning the two minor children, Thorbjorn Alaric Baines, age 6, and Thaddeus Dennis Ringgold, age 25 months.
She said, nodding as if confirming to herself. She grabbed a pile of papers in front of her and tapped them into a neat pile before placing them back down. It was likely a laborious legal history.
I've spent the past 45 minutes reading up on the case. I'm well aware of the previous challenges and the legalities. Judge Cody explained to me over the phone the previous conversation she'd had with Judge Bryce in Virginia. I feel I'm well versed in all the facts.
Then she paused, looking at Tinman and then myself. I locked eyes with her for a split second. She took a deep breath.
Mr. Tinman, you are not getting full custody of these children. So what do you want?
She said, intensity in her eyes. My jaw dropped. She just took the gun out of the hand of the assassin. I looked at Cheryl. There was no change to her expression, as if she expected the judge to make such an announcement. She sat there, back straight, poised and ready to speak when asked for. I briefly tilted my head up, closed my eyes, and said a quick prayer. Thank you, God.
So how about we spend the next hour productively and come up with a visitation schedule both parties can agree to?
She asked, as if sealing the deal. Tin Man, taken aback, shuddered a response.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the end, I retained primary custody of the boys, and Tin Man was granted visitation rights, though we shared legal custody of both children, 50-50.
Concerning visitation, father is given 1 weekend per month in Richmond with Thorbjorn, which shall coincide with Thorbjorn's 3-day weekend, i.e. a school holiday contingent to a weekend. The long weekend shall begin on Friday at noon until Sunday at noon, or Saturday at noon until Monday at noon if Monday is a holiday. The pickup and drop-off shall continue in Bowie, Maryland.
So instead of twice a month, we are down to once a month.
Father shall visit with both Thorbjorn and Thaddeus 1 weekend per month in Pennsylvania from Saturday 9 a.m. till Sunday 3 o'clock p.m. Father shall designate the 6 weekends he plans to visit Pennsylvania within 30 days. Provided that father has visited with Thorbjorn and Thaddeus once per month in Pennsylvania for 6 consecutive months, for example, September 2012 through February 2013, then father shall have partial custody of both Thorbjorn and Thaddeus 1 weekend per month in Richmond, Virginia, from March 2013 forward to coincide with Thorbjorn's 3-day weekends. If father does not meet the criteria of 6 months consecutively, i.e. he misses a month, then the months start back at 1.
This was the most surprising thing that the judge did. She is holding Tin Man accountable. He has to show his willingness to prioritize seeing Thaddeus before she would allow him to take him to Virginia. It was lovely. The court hearing, which should have taken 1 hour, actually took 3 to mash out all the details. It was long, but thorough. As Cheryl and I walked out of the courtroom, I went to the bathroom. When I returned, she took me aside.
I think Scarecrow is pregnant. I overheard her whining to Tinman about the 6 consecutive months, likely because he may be up here visiting during her final month.
Oh, really? Well, that didn't take long. They just got married.
It is very common for men who need to be taken care of to jump right into another marriage.
Oh, yes, indeed, I nodded. Wednesday, August 22nd, 2012. I'd been praying using my super duper manifesting powers about receiving $1,000 per month for child support. So when Cheryl and I walked out with an order requiring Timmy to pay $984 per month, starting next month, September 2012, I felt very blessed. Paying my attorneys what they were due was first priority, and then I would think about getting on my feet financially. Ironically, in leaving the courthouse, I saw Master Lombardi, the one who had originally awarded me the whopping $55 a month in child support 2 years ago, but who had also protected Thaddeus. I had to say something. Master Lombardi? He stopped and turned toward my voice. I want you to know that you protected my child, I said, getting a little teary-eyed. You protected my child, my baby Thaddeus, by piggybacking on the Virginia order and giving supervised visitation to my ex. I will forever be grateful to you.
I'm glad.
He said, waiting to see if I had anything more to say. I just smiled at him and then turned to go. All the legal mumbo jumbo was finally done. It had been almost 3 years. I did end up getting a fine for having stopped the drives, for having stopped the long visitation weekends on my own, which had been part of the Virginia order, rather than having changed the custody order first. The fine was for $300. Due to the fact it cost me $250 a month to complete the drives, and I had stopped 6 months ago, I was thrilled to pay it, knowing I had saved over $1,000. With the end of the legal insanity, I felt called to start dating again and met someone very special, a kind soul who showed me what a real partnership felt like. He also connected beautifully with the boys. Spring 2014. It had been a year and a half since our last hearing. My phone beeped. It was Scarecrow.
Destiny, please don't tell Tinman I'm texting you.
Okay, no problem. What's up? Everything okay? I text back.
I was wondering if you thought Tinman might be a narcissist.
She asked. Oh, look at her putting the pieces together, I thought. Yeah, no doubt, I text back.
I've been seeing a therapist. I'm trying to understand him, why he does what he does.
More power to you. I have a teacher as well. It's important to have someone to talk to.
Yeah, it's not easy dealing with him.
She said. I couldn't help but chuckle.